Hello, everyone, and welcome back to our talk show. I'm Josh.
I'm not fucking Josh, thank God.
What was that, sir?
Said I'm not you, thank God. Well, technically, I said I'm not fucking Josh, thank God. Right?
That is good. That is good.
Which seems like a thank God. Like I don't want to fuck you. You know, I barely like having conversations with you, let alone sleep with you.
We can't take the next step.
No, we just can't. We just can't do it. Yeah.
You know, I'm on the same track as you.
I mean, I'd fuck me. I'm just a delicious looking man.
What was your wife call you? A tall glass of milk.
Tall glass of milk. That's my fault. That's because
milk.
That's what that was my pickup line to her. It's like,
was it really?
Yeah, you need a tall glass of milk in your life. You know?
And that was it.
And then that was it. She came and got some of that glorious milk, and that was all she wrote.
Worry about her mental health.
You know, but I do too.
Another thing is happy 1 year in your new place. It's been 1 year.
Ugh.
I know this because of our talk show.
It's been a long year.
But not a long year.
It's been a very long year. Moved in during COVID, and should we even check to make sure my mic's working? Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
The thing is, you were taller than me. I didn't like it.
I'm always taller.
Yeah,
than
but
you, Josh.
no, I mean you were shorter. Sorry, you were shorter than me. I didn't like it.
Oh man, her boss's husband.
Yeah.
Right. A lady walked by him, scared the shit out. She was like really short. He's like, oh God, I didn't even see her. I'm like, now you know how I feel, Lance. For the rest of you. He's like, well, at least I can look you in the eyes. I'm like, barely. Like, maybe if we get you a step stool or something. You know? Like,
maybe.
That's how I feel all the time, Lance. It's just everybody's just tiny, you know?
This happened to me when I hung out with your family for like a year and I went home and I was running into people.
You realize, yeah.
Because I'm always looking up to you guys.
Yeah.
Your whole family's over 6 foot. Big chairs. Big couches. I come home, I can't fit. I ran to my mom. Like... You people are small.
Mom, what are you doing here?
Yeah, everyone's under 5. Everyone in my family is under 6 foot.
That's yeah. Your brother. When we met your brother at the Past, Present, Future.
Yeah, I think he's 6 foot.
No, not even.
Was he? Yeah, my
brother's definitely shorter than you, friend.
He's shorter than me.
Yeah.
My dad's 6'3".
Well, your dad may be 6'3", but your brother damn sure isn't.
Speaking of my brother, happy birthday to him today.
Is it his birthday today?
I think he turns 40.
Oh.
Not sure. I lose track.
Let me get loud here for a second because my computer's trying to
load.
It's trying. So, do we have a random fact for today?
We do. Sliced bread was first manufactured by a machine and sold in 1920s by Chichilith Baking Company, Missouri.
That's when, so what? Like that's when it actually was manufactured.
Yep, this baking company did it. It's
Can't pronounce.
It's Chillicothe. So it's like Chillicothe.
I can't even see it, so I don't know.
It's a baking company in Missouri.
I
don't know if they're still around. I hope they would for being, making sliced bread.
We were talking about that outside. Like there's always things, if you think about it, that are around before us and will be around long after.
It usually comes from lazy people. They were tired of cutting their bread.
Yeah.
That's probably what it was.
See, I prefer to cut my own bread. That's just me.
They probably got tired of cutting their own bread.
Like, because then I know how much bread I want, how much, and then like sliced bread, it's so quick to devour sliced bread.
Oh, it is.
Rather than if you get you a roll and you start cutting pieces off the roll.
Well, I don't think it was there to help you lose weight. I think they're like, how can we sell more bread and be more convenient?
How can we sell more bread?
I wonder how people thought about it, when it first came out. They like looked at it weird, like, maybe like you, like, I don't like my bread, sliced that thin.
Well, it's like even the same.
And then probably after that came a toaster.
Even the saying, people say, what is it? The greatest thing since sliced bread. Right.
This is the greatest thing before sliced bread. Yeah.
Right.
Betty White is older than sliced bread.
Betty White's older than sliced bread.
Yeah.
That's it's gonna get loud here for a second, so I apologize, viewers. It's gonna get loud a couple of times. It's really slow.
It's loading.
Yeah, it's trying to load the YouTube right now. But yeah, so
And another invention came off that was a toaster.
right.
Because they made it for that exactly the size of a sliced bread or a bagel.
Right.
I wonder did they slice bagels before this? Or did
Probably
they even
didn't even
have
have
bagels?
Like I've been watching. There's no bagels in Game of Thrones, so like there was bread, but there ain't no bagel.
It's a TV show.
The dude said couch, and I'm like, I'm pretty sure they didn't have couches back in those times.
Shakespeare.
Like, yeah, but
He
like
made bedroom.
bedroom, but like, what was a couch back in Game of Thrones?
I'm just saying, this post be making words up.
Like,
What would you say? Sit on my.
what was it? 2 rocks and a.
No, it's
and
probably
like-
just like a bed that was upright. They had chairs and stuff.
Yeah.
So they probably put 2 chairs together. And like, we can't call it. Do you want to sit in the 3 chairs?
Do
And
you
they
wanna-
had bench because of the churches and
Do
everything.
you want to sit in the 3 chairs?
Do you want to sit in the 3 chair? Still my favorite from Drax. Like that's not, words made up. All words are made up.
Yeah. Yeah. All words are made up.
Like he's not wrong.
Oh. Stuff beeped at me.
There it is. There's the loudness, guys.
It just. Oh, here we go.
That's still my favorite from Drax.
There you go. But yeah, all words are.
All words are made up.
That's like what Sheldon say? Was it? There's like, oh, when they were having game night, and Penny's like, no made up games. He's like, all games are made up, Penny. It's not like you can just go and dig up a vein of Rock'em Sock'em Robots and fucking.
All games are made up, Penny.
All games are fucking made up, Penny. Speaking of games, man, Sonny keeps kicking our asses. We got to find something she's not good at.
Oh man, she's good at every game.
Yeah.
You have a closet full of board games.
I know. I'm trying to reserve that, right? Because there's a lot of games in there, and I don't even know where to start. Bob says we can't play. What is it? Monopoly with her.
No,
because she's cutthroat and she just runs everybody into the ground.
fucking landlord.
Slumlord.
She's a slumlord.
She's a slumlord.
How'd she get hotels already? It's a third roll. Like,
So I'll have to figure something out for that.
we got Clue's a difficult one.
Don't forget, we got a couple different clues. I really kind of want to play the Doctor Who one.
Yeah,
No,
because we would know.
I would know.
Well, yeah, you definitely. You just rewatched
You
it.
still get things wrong. I used to drive Tom nuts. Tom would like try to tell me something about Doctor Who, and I'm like, no, you're mistaken. He didn't know Captain Jack Harkness swung both ways until like
He was flirting with everybody.
I know, but Tom didn't. It didn't click with Tom.
Mostly with the Ninth Doctor, he flirted
Yeah.
back, but the other ones didn't.
Right.
But he would stop them. He would stop. All the doctors would stop Jack before he did something.
Right. Speaking of Captain Jack Harkness
In Pride Month.
and Pride Month, our charity for this month is the Human Rights Campaign Foundation.
It speaks for itself. It basically fights for all human rights
Right.
and teaches you how to treat everyone equally and stuff like that.
Big, small, it don't matter at all.
And June is Pride Month, so be who you are.
Yep.
And be proud of it.
Also, we have an audio version, Anchor FM, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, basically wherever you get your
Podcast needs.
podcasting needs.
And last week we had Brent on, if you guys want to check that one out. I know you can barely hear him. It sounds like a broadcasting voice.
Yeah.
Because he's over here talking like this.
I tried to move the mic closer to him, too.
And then he brought it down.
I moved it over. You know?
He wasn't having it. Now we're going to move on to our favorite segment since episode 2. Viral news.
Like I said, I think everybody loves the news.
Everything, every podcast either mentions something in the news or they do some kind of news thing. If you go over to like the social media TikTokers, they just talk about TikTok news or YouTube news or
Well, it's
something like that.
I was listening to Duran the other day, and like he's got his different segments. He's got his
And they play those games.
right. He plays games and stuff like that. But a lot of the conversation, it starts with the news early in the morning. The Danielle report.
Yeah.
She comes up and she
Our
gives,
current events.
right,
Yeah.
does about 4 or 5 news segments, and then they roll through and talk about some different stuff.
Especially if it's major news.
Right.
Like even we talked about the debate in a non-political matter.
Right, which is very difficult.
Oh, it's so difficult.
know.
But we did it. Lonnie's like, no, you have to choose a side. Like, no, we didn't have to choose anything.
Yeah, some people. The worst part is like, if you don't choose a side, some people get that way. It's like, well, you don't understand.
Well, no, you can talk about politics, but just break it down to the science of like nature,
Right.
without being politics,
Well, the trick is to try to look at it from both standpoints.
like a scientific thing.
Right, and make a
Your own opinion.
conclusive decision that way.
But in our news, we have, I don't know why BBC put this, but it says Brit, I guess a British person, saves twin sister by punching crocodile in the face. Not an alligator, guys. A crocodile. I think they're bigger, too.
Just crocodiles?
Yeah?
Well, so the way you tell a crocodile from an alligator
Is
is
the
the crocodile
nose.
has the long, thin snouts.
Yeah.
And an alligator's got a short, fat.
Wide.
Yeah.
Apparently his sister was, they were in the Mexican lagoon. And she was unconscious.
How to do it. So it was a salt
And he
rock.
fought the reptile.
It was a saltwater croc, too, which
Yeah.
is even worse.
Well, that's freshwater's alligator, saltwater's croc.
Well, yeah, but
Can they be in both?
crocodiles will sometimes come into.
Oh, from the inlet to the
Yeah.
to freshwater.
Right, where alligators.
You're not gonna find one in an ocean.
Got them there alligators out there.
But they're mostly in saltwater rivers and stuff. They can't really. It's too much salt in the ocean.
Right, for them.
Yeah.
For the alligators to.
They'll be like, "Oh, I got banned in the middle of the ocean by an alligator." Like, no.
Well, their, snouts and stuff block up with salt and they can't breathe.
Yeah. So it's like diluted salt water, like rivers and stuff.
Like I said, most alligators stay the hell out of salt water.
They're in
Crocodiles can do.
They're in
both.
the Nile.
Right.
Our next one is YouTuber Logan Paul goes distance against Mayweather in boxing expedition. And I know what you're gonna say, and I have a clip.
You have a clip?
Oh, when you think everyone thinks that he got knocked out in? When he got slumped.
You have a clip?
Mm-hmm.
You gonna play it for us?
Yeah, you want to see it?
Oh yeah, I'm trying to find the Dropbox for today, but what is it? 13? No, 13 was last.
15.
I think he found a weak spot. Obviously.
So right there is when they think that he got knocked out because Mayweather was holding him up. Yours is delayed. But that was a small clip of what they're saying that he got knocked out in.
I'm telling you, he opened his hands to go hit another one of them haymakers,
He got hit.
and Mayweather just rang his bell.
Bro, they had the camera up close one. They were in the corner. And Mayweather swung and Logan dodged, but you could see the sweat coming off the hair. Like Mayweather hit so hard.
I'm sure.
Like, I mean, he hit so fast, you could see the water, like, come straight off. Or the sweat come straight off of it.
See, I couldn't even do it. It'd be too damn sweaty.
I don't know, Mayweather said he was impressed, actually, with Logan's fighting style. But he's more impressed that he can keep up with the youngins. Because he's, like, 50 something.
Well, of course he's fucking,
But they had Mike Tyson on Impulsive, Logan Paul's podcast. And the co-host is like, so, this fight's coming up. What do you think? Mayweather versus Logan Paul. Mike Tyson's like, he's going to beat the shit out of Logan Paul. He's like, I'm not going to be wrong. Logan's going to fight back, but Mayweather is going to beat the shit out of him.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Mayweather's not Mike Tyson. That's it. There's a big difference.
To this day,
between,
Mike Tyson still fuck you up.
between Mike Tyson and Mayweather. Mayweather will play the cards
That's what he was doing.
9 times out of 10. Like,
But he made like $100 million.
he'll just bounce around, throw a few jabs, hit you in the arm.
It's a hard jab.
You
You can see like when he waits for it to wind it up and fucking he gets you in that one
Yeah, but it's not Mike Tyson.
No, Mike Tyson.
Boy,
I saw his first knockout.
Mike Tyson in his prime versus
Anybody.
Mayweather in his prime.
Mike Tyson.
He had a Mike Tyson.
But it's two different weight
Mayweather.
classes.
Right.
That's the only reason.
You know. But I mean, again,
Even if Mayweather was weighing as much as Mike Tyson,
I'm pretty sure Mike Tyson
still whooped his ass.
run
Like
the shit out of Mayweather.
Mike Tyson was like what 2-something, and you think he's a big? I mean, he was upper body big, and it was still when he swung, you could barely see it.
He had a lot of good footwork though.
He had a lot of speed too, speed with power.
Right.
The guy didn't even know he was knocked out.
Mayweather's just all speed. And
Did you see that one? Mike Tyson hit the guy, like he got back up, he had to fall back down. He didn't know he was knocked out.
Right.
It didn't click yet.
He didn't know he was asleep. He's like, oh, okay, and then just fell out. I don't know.
But those punches Mike Tyson used to throw, oh my god,
I was like,
rock their shit. I mean, when he connected with that fuck, what did he do? The uppercut,
yeah.
and just the guy's like, boom, that was it. Sleep.
It's bad.
Remember in Jackass, they wanted Mike Tyson to hit him, and he said, "I can't legally, I can't hit you."
Right.
He's like, "But I'm telling you." He's like, "No, I can't hit you." So they ran into his fist.
Right. If you die, then I'm going to prison.
Yeah, just chilling with his birds now. Don't fuck with Mike Tyson's pigeons. But he did like a whole handful of mushrooms. He did a whole handful of mushrooms on Impulsive. He just ate a whole bunch of shrooms. Craziest interview.
I don't know. It's not for me.
Mike Tyson don't care anymore.
Yeah. Huh?
Still out there, he ripped all those people off in that HBO special when he fucking bit the guy's ear off.
I said, Mike, we got comment?
Do we?
No, I can't. No, I don't think so.
I don't see a comment.
But
No.
yeah, no, like I don't know. George Foreman.
Yeah, in
He
his
was another
prime.
boxer. He was fucking.
Of course, what's his name?
Yeah.
Muhammad Ali.
Yeah. Fucking bad.
Bro, did you see the 20s boxing? They were meaner than now. When they started doing the fist, bare knuckle boxing before they put gloves on.
Yeah.
And they're doing it was like the 1940s. They were fucking each other. But the boxers was like fat. They weren't muscular. They were like fat white guys.
They were just
Butterbean.
massive fucking dudes. Well, that goes into like, was it like Kimbo Slice?
Bro, that
Yeah.
motherfucker. From what, UFC? Or MMA?
And that the one that started beating up people in the backyard and then ended up fucking just dominating the MMA.
Bro, he was fucking him up.
He just let people hit him in the face and then he
Let's
fucking
go.
rocked their shit. Like, that's a dude you gotta wring the fuck out of his
Well,
belt.
God rest his soul, he passed away. But yeah.
Right. But I'm saying, like if you fought him, you gotta
rock his shit.
Yeah, you gotta rock his shit the very first time. Like, you can't let him.
And don't go on the ground.
No.
He's throwing those haymakers with gravity.
That's what I'm saying. Best thing.
Because they can whoop your. See, MMA, when you're on the ground, they can punch the shit out of you when you're on the ground.
That's it. All right, moving on. I'm tired of talking about them.
Paramount Plus is adding more than 1,000 movies this week to their platform.
Are they?
And by the end of the summer, they should have 25,000. Or 2,500, excuse me. And apparently songs coming to Paramount
Whose
Plus.
shit did they buy?
I guess when it was up for the rent or whatever, they had their own, what's it called? Because sometimes, like, Paramount, like, CW is with NBC kind of thing.
You know, Paramount owns, they got MTV, Nickelodeon.
You think?
Yeah.
Nickelodeon?
Nickelodeon.
That's why they could reboot iCarly.
Because Paramount.
Yeah.
Plus. You know, the craziest thing about it is, like, they don't have, like, so you go look on MTV, they don't have anything from the 90s. Like, you can't find People of Bam. It's not up there.
Yeah, it's
They
weird.
don't have Nitro Circus. It's not up there.
Jackass
isn't up there.
Beavis and Butthead.
They've got new Teen Mom, but not the original Teen Mom.
So Teen Mom 2.
There's no Cribs.
No Pimp My Ride.
No Pimp My Ride. You know.
What was it? The other one, the one with the bus. Next,
Next.
the dating one.
I think Next is actually up with it.
Like Tinder, but on a bus.
You know, it's. I feel like they had a lot
Did
more.
they
and
have
just
music
didn't use
videos?
it. Right, all the music videos.
They should have
from-
put like all the VMAs up too. You know how the not Paramount, Peacock put all the wrestling stuff up?
Yeah.
The
Well, like
Paramount should have done with MTV with all the
Peacock's got
VMAs.
the Olympics up right now because
NBC.
NBC and stuff like that, and the summer games are running.
But I can't
so-
believe they took Raw away from what's it called? USA.
Probably. Nobody watches wrestling anymore.
Apparently, still has a big fan base, just like what we were used to.
When
I
the,
feel like it was better scripted back in the day.
when The Rock left, it was
Well, Stone Cold after Rock, even John
Right.
Cena. Can't see it, man.
they all went to go be actors. I mean, they were acting anyways, so it's like, why?
Well,
am I
yeah,
gonna-
and they had that charisma.
I might as well go get paid real money.
I still like how The Rock is bigger now than he was in wrestling.
Right. Well, that's the thing. Like, The Rock started out because his
In football.
father was a
He
wrestler.
played a foot for Miami.
Well, yeah, but his dad was a wrestler
Yeah.
as well.
Rocky
You know, and his dad before him. So
from the Hawaii. But The Rock and John Cena, yeah. And now Dave Bautista.
oh yeah.
And he's no longer going to be Drax. This is the last thing with him in it. Guardians of the Galaxy 3. All right, our next one, DJ's not going to like. But Fortnite Chapter 2, Season 7, Battle Pass includes Rick Sanchez and Superman.
What?
Yeah. Fucking
Fortnite gives
Monopoly.
Everything. I hate Fortnite so bad.
They have an open license.
I know.
And Apex is based on the Titanfall, so you can't just...
Just bring in cool.
It's not like a
characters.
made-up game like Fortnite was, but there was no characters.
We don't got nothing. It's just a person and fucking,
They had lightsabers. They had...
you know. And just like that, Chapter 2, Season 7, right? Like, so they got to 10 seasons, and then they're like,
Remember the
oh, we
world
gotta
blew up?
right, we got to start over.
This one they're trying to, or well, the last one they were trying to save it because they were just spewing out people who were dead, and
Right.
the whole universe was collapsing.
It's a bunch of horse shit.
Kids love it.
Fucking hate Fortnite. I know my favorite videos are the ones where the parents are like turning off their shit. Right? Like kids sitting there playing Fortnite, mom just unplugs the whole thing. It's like go to bed and kid loses their shit.
Remember when it went black? We didn't know, and that guy freaked out. 'Cause
Yeah.
He spent like, what did you say, like $3,600?
Yeah, he spent a whole fuck ton of money.
Like the whole Fortnite, Xbox, all the skins.
Let me fuck man. I would never record unplugging my child's video game.
Well, it reminds me of the prank that Jimmy Kimmel does when you do the Christmas thing and you record your kid opening like an avocado.
Right. Well, the reason I'd never record it, right, is because I don't.
Oh, after he disrespected you.
Right. I don't need
Evidence.
evidence for them to take to the court.
Like
Yeah.
that one guy, what was it? I don't know if it was a prank or not, but
How did little Johnny get a busted lip? Well,
the kid was like a 20-year-old, but he was playing games in the house, and the father threw into the yard and ran over with the
Oh, yeah.
lawnmower. He's like, "What are you doing?"
that was all fake.
Was it because he flipped the table at Thanksgiving?
So yeah, all fake. They found out, right? Like he was trying to promote it as real, right? And then they find out that all that bullshit was made up and fake.
Because you saw what he did at Thanksgiving, like he
Right.
flipped the whole table.
It was. They
It was
gave
good
him all
acting.
kinds of shit about it.
It was good acting.
Yeah,
That kid lost his shit.
I'm just saying. Well, you throw my system out in the yard and fucking
Ran over
run
the
it over with the
games.
lawnmower,
Everything.
old man. I'd knocked your ass out. There wouldn't have been.
Especially if you bought it.
I don't give a fuck if I bought it or not.
It's mine.
It's mine. I don't care who bought it. If you give me something, it is mine. Don't fucking touch it again. All right.
You
Like
mean that?
I hate to tell you, right? It's like we hand me a plate of food. You're not gonna take my plate of food and throw it under a lawnmower and do that shit.
You don't want to eat? I'll take it. Why you touch my food?
Don't touch my food. It's my food now. It's on my plate in front of me.
You
That
just
means it's
one
mine.
step of becoming a Florida man.
I'm just saying. Like, you throw my system. As soon as you touched my system, I laid you out. You hit the ground before my system did. I'll tell you that. Right.
It's just a game, man.
Like, that's how you feel about it, and I'm glad that's how you feel.
And that's not how you feel.
But that's not how I feel.
That's life.
Right. My game systems are.
So she just holds up the Pokemon. He's like, delete. You're like,
Oh
you
man!
son of a.
Before it even hit, before it even confirms, yes or no, asleep.
On your, what it is, she found your old Game Boy one too with all 150 Pokemon.
Asleep. Just
He's like, I just want to restart it.
asleep.
Asleep.
Before the questions even asked or done. Like
Before the threat is even finished.
Right, before you even threaten me. Like, you know I don't like being threatened. I get really upset
If
really
you
quickly.
don't do that, I'm going to delete your poop.
Not like you got to have your hand on the trigger, you know.
Dead man switch.
That's it.
Like, don't come closer. He's going to Hancock it. He's going to cut your hand off.
I just get mad. What is this saying about Ratchet and Clank here?
This one's
before
for
I lose my
you.
shit?
Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart has a weapon that warps stuff from other PlayStation games, such as Uncharted, Horizon Forbidden West, Sunset Overdrive, for examples.
We'll see.
I got that one for you. I thought you'd be excited.
You know, I love the Ratchet and Clank series.
Love it.
It's my favorite games. You know, I mean, how many games can you turn your enemies into chickens?
The only thing
Or
that comes
farm
close
animals.
is the dubstep gun from what's it called?
Yeah, Saints
Saints
Row
Row
4.
3. I think 4. Yeah, 4.
Saints Row 3 had the dildo back.
Oh yeah.
Dubstep gun.
But other than a
wasn't just-
dubstep gun, they had to turn things into chickens.
right, like the
Or
dubstep
the stupid gun
cool.
was it from South Park? You could do that kind of shit. The South Park game.
I didn't really play it.
It was on
South Park
64. It had an alien gun that shot things out, turned things into things. Our last headline is Florida man throws baby at deputy following wild high-speed chase. I know how not to get arrested. I'm going to throw my child at you.
I'm done.
That'll stop you.
30 minutes in, I've had enough. Are you serious?
Yes.
like, I just, how did that happen? Just, was she driving?
It's
Did
I
she
think it was
pull
a
over?
guy. Doing a
man.
high-speed chase. I
Oh,
guess
it's
he
a
got
Florida
out and
man.
I guess he just got out and threw it.
Just, here, have the baby. Yeah.
But your wife's a Florida man too.
Like, just, oh my God.
Where is it? She put naked vandal tased. Some lady was naked, trashing Outback Steakhouse, and the cops had to come and tase her.
I can't even, you know, it makes Florida look so bad. Like,
So bad. But I
Like-
try to look at like New York man, they're like serial rapists or something. It's like I don't want to talk
I
about.
was like,
I just want something funny.
right, I mean, it's not funny. Somebody threw the
No.
baby out at the window
But
at high
it's
speed.
unexpected. Like, but
You know.
again, like serial rapists after killing 17 people is now finally
Like,
caught.
was the baby okay? Like,
Yeah, baby's fine.
who just? How old was it? Was it like a baby?
It was a
or
baby
was it like
baby.
5 or
I think it was like a toddler.
like 3 or
The
was it
officer
just-
was an old
I don't think it
running
matters.
back.
I don't think it matters. Like,
You threw a child at the cops, thinking like I'm not gonna get arrested.
right? Like,
How do I confuse them after this high speed?
Did you throw the child like a weapon? Like